Hi everybody. Excuse me, I just had some peanut butter and honey. How is everybody? I'm on Instagram here with a lovely sparkly background, and I'm on Facebook where I'm so fuzzy you can barely even see me. But I do have amazing eyeliner on, which I don't actually have on. Here we go. How is everybody? So I've started up my daily chants again. Therefore, I've started up these again because as long as I'm making myself presentable and doing my chanting, I figure I might as well do these lives as well, because why not? I enjoy doing them. They saved me last lockdown. This lockdown I've been kind of a bit meh. And I'm not sure what's going to happen with lockdown, whether we're going to continue or not continue, or what's going to happen, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. So what I'll be doing is what I was doing last time, which is basically a little look at the astrology for the day, you know, maybe a little something, a chat about something if I you know, if I'm inspired basically. And then a card. We'll always do a card. I thought I'd mention today, just so you know, we had the full moon only like 2 hours ago, and it's an eclipse. So I thought I would read a little bit from my diary, which I'll do in a minute, just about the energies around right now. And also mention that actually in about 50 minutes from now, I'm actually going to be going live on the Hay House page and doing a full moon ceremony out in my backyard, so it's all happening. And then this afternoon, if for those of you who will still be awake, I know the Australians won't be, but if you're watching this in the States, maybe you're watching the rebroadcast rather than the live, I'm actually doing my radio show at 4 p.m. London time, UK time, 4 p.m, and that's 8 a.m. Pacific. And I've actually got the amazing Laura Day on the show today. So for those of you who know Laura, tune in, and those of you who don't, tune in and meet her. So there we go. So we are now in the eclipse season, okay, which is massive. Are you ready? I mean, the astrology for the end of the year, for the end of 2020, is so intense. It's just been such an intense year. I don't need to tell anybody that. And, you know, it kicked off with, I think it was, well, basically the big headline have been a series of rolling eclipses between, rolling alignments rather, between Jupiter and Pluto, which have translated as massive transformation, amongst other things. And for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, I've been saying all along, you know, hopefully there'd be the first one in April, which is when the pandemic began. Then there was one in June when we kind of all got to go on holidays and, you know, spread the virus around. And then now we've had the third one a week or so ago, and that has coincided with the announcement that there are now vaccines which are considered safe. Whether or not you take a vaccine is up to you. It's interesting, there's even a bit of debate amongst my friends. You know, often we live in echo chambers, don't we, where all our friends think exactly the same thing as we do. And my friends are split between some who think, you know, no way on God's green earth am I ever going to have a vaccine at one end, and then at the other end I've got people who are like, what is wrong with you people? Why on earth don't you want the vaccine? So I'm kind of in the middle on that. You know, I'm a bit cautious, but excuse me, overall I'm hopeful that it will be the solution we all need, let's put it like that. So what about this full moon eclipse? It's in the sign of Gemini, and let's see if anything happens with Mr. Trump, because he's a Gemini, and Boris Johnson, he's a Gemini. Let's see what happens with them right now. Okay. So, from my 2020 diary, for those of you who have it, and those of you who haven't yet ordered, my 2021 diary. It's already sold out once, would you believe? And they've done a reprint. It's the first year they've ever done a reprint. They certainly won't be doing any more reprints. So if you don't have your Moonology diary yet and you want one, I strongly suggest you grab it, because it probably, I would say, will sell out again. And then I'll have lots of people writing to me very disappointed. And yes, so there you go. There you go. All right, this looks like a potentially amazing week I've written as we enter the last eclipse season of the year. And just afterwards comes a link between Saturn and Mercury, the planet that rules Gemini. Gemini is the changeable sign, so the full moon today is in Gemini. Gemini is the changeable sign with a feeling of being all over the place at times. Now, it's funny, I mean, I wrote that, probably 2 years ago now. But what have we all been saying about Boris Johnson? He's all over the place. And in fact, I was making some comments on the Times newspaper yesterday. Those people were going on about how he's flip-flopping between one thing and the other all the time. And I said, well, he's a Gemini, what do you expect? And they were like, oh, really? Okay. So I was like, oh, gosh, people who read the Times are taking astrology seriously. It's a revelation. So on the one hand, it feels like a lot might be said this week, and in fact, there's a danger of saying too much. However, once you've expressed yourself with integrity, of course, what follows should be positive. It's also a very good week for signing a contract or making a deal. Okay? The full moon eclipse in Gemini is also an amazing time to clear your head. So think positively and let go of any arguments. This isn't to say that you should ever think negatively. We all need to process our thoughts. This isn't to say that you should never think negatively. We should all process our thoughts and feelings. And the full moon is the time to do that. And that's what I'll be doing today in my full moon ceremony in about probably 40 minutes from now. Once you've worked through them, let them go. Let them go. So full moon. How does everybody feel about the full moon? How's everyone feeling? I started my chanting up again, as I said, which is actually perfect because chanting is a Gemini action. So I'm glad I started my chanting again. Gaynor says someone is pushing my buttons. Sally Jenkins, clear my head, I'm a Gemini. It's a good time for you to clear our head. It's a very good time for all of us to clear our heads. You know? It really is. Weird dreams the past few days, says Melissa. What else have we got? Leanne, I'm a Gemini and I feel really good. Excellent. It's actually a good moon and it's a good full moon eclipse. So basically with a full moon eclipse, what you really want to do is figure out what you want to let go of, and especially because this is a full moon eclipse in Gemini, we want to let go of any negative thinking we've been having, any thoughts that we've been terrorizing ourselves with. All right? Liz has been feeling dizzy. I was feeling dizzy the other day as well. I think there's a virus going around. I think what I had was a virus, and I'm still not 100%, but I'm better. And I think I'll get better with my chanting now as well. So join me for chanting if you want to every day, 10:30 a.m. London time. It's about 9:30 p.m. Australian time, and it's about 5:30 a.m. New York time, so for the very early risers. Yeah. Okay, so let's do a card. I will be doing a full moon spread when I do my fire ceremony, which I'm actually really looking forward to, in about 40 minutes. But let's just do a single card. Oh, Gaynor, you came to the chanting, that's good, I'm pleased. Who wants a card? So people are saying, how could I, on Instagram, saying, how can I join into the chanting? So it's on Zoom. And I'm afraid to find out the Zoom link, you will need to, if you don't have a Facebook account, it will be hard because I've got all the details in my Facebook events page. There is no Facebook events, there's no events thing on Instagram, so I'm afraid it's only on Facebook, but you can go to my Yasmin Boland events, and then I put it up there today, and now I'm going to try and work out how to make it repeat I'll be doing it Monday to Friday between now and Christmas Eve. All right, we have a card. Oh, well, that's no surprise. We got the Supermoon card. Emotions are running high. I mean, it's not really that surprising, is it? Emotions are running high. Let's have a look if we can find it. Supermoon card. Are you ready? These are my beautiful Moonology cards. Apparently now the best-selling cards in the whole wide world. I mean, it's so weird. Like when I was growing up in Hobart, Tasmania, if somebody had said to me, one day you'll write some oracle cards, which will be the best-selling oracle cards in the whole wide world, I would have gone, what are oracle cards? Life is funny, isn't it? Here we go. So, all right. So if you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special, and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with, which is pretty much what a full moon eclipse is all about as well. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with as well. Aha. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Tune to the moon. Success is close. I just must trust. Success is close. I just must trust. So there you go. No, so Sally's saying, are the new moon connection cards available on my site yet? No, not yet. We are still sending out. We sold hundreds and hundreds when we did the workshop, and my husband and I and my beloved son, we've all been like folding. And next time we do it, we're outsourcing it. We've folded. You'll see it when you get it. We've sent out about, I think 75%. We've sent them out to Australia and the States first because they're going to take longer to get there. Yeah, now we've got just the UK ones, which I think will go out today. But it's like we had to fold the jackets about 5 different ways and then put all the 12 cards in there, close it up, put a little card in there, put it in a box, put the label on. It's been an epic adventure. And we didn't even have a kitchen table for about 10 days as a result, but now we've got a kitchen table so we can have family dinners again, and the cards are out on their way. And I don't know what we're going to do about putting the rest on sale. We actually need to get someone to do these because it's taken so many hours, and you know, it's just been crazy, really. You live and learn, All right, my guys, thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you, I guess, tomorrow. Today's Monday, isn't it? I'll be doing my radio show today. So I'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. And now that Facebook has all these amazing filters, I don't even need to put on mascara anymore because, you know, I've got my fake eyelashes. Thanks to the Facebook filter. And Instagram has always been amazing. Lots of love.